Okay, so just to go over the results of the assessments, for Tanaj's visual screening, he did great. In terms of his visual tracking and visual pursuit, he followed the pencil very closely. For his Socratic eye movements, they were very smooth. When shifting his gaze from one target to another, he was able to fixate on the target. As for the convergence and divergence, everything looked perfectly fine to me. So moving on to the VMI, he got a raw score of 20. The only mistake Tanaj made was on number 20, actually, where he only made 5 dots instead of 6, as you can see here. As for everything else, he did beautifully. I did write down some observations, starting with the first activity of drawing the line straight down. He did use a lot of pressure and was sort of using like smaller multiple strokes to kind of create one straight line. So although it does look very straight, he was in fact going up and down like very, very hard. He also was pushing his pencil very hard for the circles as well. I noticed you can kind of see his hands shaking. He was pushing hard for that as well. He also used his left hand to kind of stabilize the paper, which I found interesting. He used a closed fist instead of open, so that was easier for him. As for his circles in general, those were a bit smaller, especially on this one. You could see they were a little bit smaller, but he does have that open triangle space in the middle, so he got full points for that. I do not have the materials with me to calculate the standard deviation and the standard scores such as that, but his raw score was a 20. And then moving on to the bot, we did subtest 1, which was fine motor perception. He got a perfect total score, which is a max of 41, so we got 41 points. And then we also did the first test in subtest 3 for manual dexterity. We did the making dots and circles. He got 43 dots or circles. As you can see here, they are very, very faint. He went as quickly as he could, and he got in the score range of 8 out of 9. I also don't have the materials to calculate the standard deviations and get those standard scores. However, he did score again an 8 on the first subtest of subtest 3, and then he got 41 points out of 41 points for subtest 1. And that's everything I have today. Thanks.